What's up, y'all? It's AJ Simmons, the Cleaning Business GOAT, and I'm back for another great episode of the Clean Business Network podcast. And today's guest is a repeat guest. And the last time she was up here, it was an instant classic, y'all. She's back with some big things going on, and I'm excited to have her back. So without further ado, please welcome Mrs. Karen Denton. What's up, Miss Karen?
Hey, AJ, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Glad to be back.
Glad to have you back. And so since you back, you already know how this goes. So typically we like to start the interview off by asking you this question, if you don't mind answering, about where you are roughly as far as revenue with your company goes.
Well, as of today, we're at 460,000.
Congrats on that. Let me get that hand clap. There it is. Congrats on that. Now, before we jump into how you got to that point, let's go ahead and just rewind a little bit and remind the people a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and a little bit of background about you.
Well, I'm Karen Denton. I'm 63. I'll be 64 this year. This is my 13th year in the cleaning business. I started the cleaning business after a brain aneurysm that I had, and my nephew started a franchise cleaning business. And during my recovery, because I was a general manager for fast food, and during that time, that stress level was so much, I really couldn't go back to that. So during my recovery, I cleaned a lot, cleaned my house. I even went as far as to refinish wood because I was so bored. And when I found out that my nephew had a cleaning company, I said, oh, shoot, I like to clean. Let me start a cleaning company, too. So I joined the same franchise that he was with, and that was in 2003. And then, no, I'm sorry, that was 2011. And then in 2014, I went out on my own.
Okay. Now, if my math is correct, it sounds like you started your cleaning company around about the age of 50. And you did it with a franchise. So first, before we jump to the franchise part, I want to talk about how did you have the courage or the strength or like even the belief in yourself to feel like I can still start a company at the age of 50?
Well, the age didn't factor in any of that. The fact that my career was managing fast food, I couldn't deal with that stress level anymore. So I was trying to create a job.
Right.
What I started out as. I'm create my own job. And then as I was going into the franchise, I started learning, because when you go to a franchise, you think you have a cleaning business.
Yeah.
You don't have a cleaning business, you really work for them. And so when they started controlling my growth, that's when the light bulb went off.
Yeah. And I want to ask you this too, because I got a franchise background as well, and it's scary. You always, when you with a franchise, they handicap you so much because they don't really teach you how to bid. They don't really teach you how to get your own contracts. They want you to depend on them. So a lot of people, they get in the franchise model, they know that they shouldn't still be in it, but they just kind of be scared to jump out there and do it on their own. So like, how was it for you to get out there away from the franchise and just say, you know what, I can do it myself? Like, how did you do that part?
Well, franchises don't, at least mine, didn't keep up with the times. Okay. And, social media, I started getting a lot of social media presence, online presence, and the franchise didn't like that. They actually took me to litigation because they said I was, they took me to litigation saying that I was getting my own clients. Well, initially what started was they said, oh, you can get your own clients and you don't have to buy them. Okay. Yep. But then I found out if I leave, my clients don't go with me. I said, I'm not giving them my personal clients. So I started building my personal referrals on the side, not giving it to the franchise. And then I had got, one of my team had got a complaint, and the franchise said, we don't get no more accounts for 6 months because of a complaint. I said, 6 months?
Right.
That's almost a year. You
Right.
don't stop my growth for a year because of a complaint.
Right.
So that deer said it's time to move on.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
it's situations like that because I've seen people, they get on the internet, right, and they'll be like, they for that franchise model, and they say, well, you don't listen to these guys on the internet that's telling you, don't go a franchise. They just trying to sell you their stuff. That's why they don't want you to go to franchise. And it's like, no, I'm trying to save you from getting into the situations like Miss Karen is talking about. They put you in these non-competes and stuff. They try to take the contracts that you actually went out and get. It's little stuff like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That I'm trying to warn people about. But
Yeah,
I
because they
appreciate you.
tell you could keep them. Yeah, you could keep them, but if you leave, they don't go with you. They don't
Exactly.
release them clients to you.
Exactly. Now your company is what, KSC Clean or something like that? What is it? KSC.
It's KSC Enterprise
Okay.
LLC doing
Okay.
business as KSC Commercial Cleaning Services.
Okay. Okay. And then what kind of services do you guys offer?
Well, we do floor care, we do building services, we do retail, we do construction.
Okay.
That's our core.
Okay. Now what made you go into those particular niches?
Well, I started in commercial. Um, I had one client, a personal client that I did residential for, and I will never do residential again. For one, I didn't know how to price it.
Yeah.
And for two, I would be there from 8 o'clock in the morning till 4, cleaning her house, washing clothes, and all that stuff. And and because I didn't know how to charge, it was ridiculous. What I know now, nobody shouldn't even let nobody do their stuff for that cheap.
Exactly. Right. Okay. Now I saw a note because the last video you came on and you talked about the predatory loans, and I remember you told me about it at the first conference, the Clean Business Network conference that you came to too. And so I see you got them paid off. So let's kind of talk about that.
I don't have one. I don't have one. I paid them things off.
Yeah.
Them things knocked my head off. Oh my God. No.
So let me ask you this. So first off, what makes somebody get these type of loans? Kind of like describe like what type of loan was it? What were the rates? Were that type of stuff?
It's a predatory loan. It's 100% interest. What makes you go for that is when your payroll is due. Like for me, I was working in my business, not on my business. And I'm working in my business. I mean, we're rolling. And I look up and nobody paid me yet.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, shoot, I got to make my payroll, especially those construction projects. If you do construction projects, you must have capital.
Right.
You have to have capital because their terms is over 30 days and you have to pay your people before them people pay you. So that was a hard lesson I learned. I mean, because we did all those projects and none of them didn't pay me for 6 months. It was crazy.
Wow.
I had, I think 6 predatory loans. At the same time, they was taking $1,000 a day out of my bank account. $1,000 a day. I kept up for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Then I couldn't keep up.
Right, because it's like you robbing Peter to pay Paul, and you get another loan.
I couldn't pay nobody but my team, my bills, and my team, the bills, and them loans. That was it.
Yep.
Out of all that money, all them sales, all that money went to them.
Yeah, so he's like, you grossing all of this money. From the outside, it look like, dang, you making all of this, but no, because every penny going to all this debt and all of it. Yeah.
Yep. And not only that, I paused my business in a sense because I needed to do personal development. So during that period, I could have grown more, but I didn't want to because I had hit a ceiling of I tried everything I knew to do, and I just couldn't get there. I had to get some new information.
Right. Now, so I guess
I had to get my health in order because that weight I was carrying, You be cleaning and you'll
Yeah.
be having snack bags in your car for
Yeah.
you and your team, and you have all this junk and stuff, and you go to fast food and you go stop here on the runs, and next thing you look up, you be 230 pounds.
Right. That remind you right though, because every time we was out, you going building to building, you stop at 7-Eleven, get some snacks, and you stopping
Yeah.
at the $5 menu and all that stuff. So
And I did better than that because I said I'm gonna just buy big bags of snacks and keep them
yeah,
in the
there you go.
car, so we don't make them little stops paying all that money for
Yeah.
snacks.
You were smarter
So
than
that
us. You
made
was stopping every day.
listen, that made us have snacks every day.
Yeah. Okay. And so I want to ask you this too. So I guess in hindsight, how could you have avoided it? Like, because I know, like you said, you had to make payroll, but at the same time, them predatory loans ain't away. So what? I guess if you had to do it a different way, how would you have done it?
Well, what I've learned is that the only way you can work on your business is to trust somebody. And so I had to learn to trust somebody that they can clean just as well as me, take this site, and I can do something else. So it took for me to break my wrist to learn that my business can run by itself. Because I broke my wrist in 2019 and I was on my couch for 9 months.
Yeah.
Because I had broke my wrist and then I developed carpal tunnel. So I had to have carpal tunnel surgery right after that. So it was a long process. And I found out that my business can run itself. So I didn't go back in the field. Because what I learned was, had I been focusing on working on my business instead of in it, I would have had the time to see that. I would have seen that my clients are late.
Right.
Instead of just waiting for the checks to come. And I'm going to tell you another thing. I don't take checks no more. Because I used to be running to the office, checking checks, checking the mail. That was too much. And then they be late. You don't even know it's coming. So I got everybody now on online payments. So they could just hit a button and make their payment.
Yeah. I got to ask you about that because I had something else I wanted. Actually, I'll go ahead and say the other thing first. But I remember to come back to them online payments though. But it's funny you said that too, because that's what it took for me. It took for me to move to Florida. I took this job working as the operation manager for Jam Pro. And that's when I got out the field, but you know how it be. Somebody call out and you still fill in, or you still, well, I'm gonna just keep these little 1 to 2 accounts.
Yeah.
And so, but it took for me to move all the way to Florida, away from Virginia, for me to finally let everything. And that's when I finally could see, okay, this thing really can run without me.
Yeah.
And my brother took over. It took for him to get in a serious car accident where he literally couldn't clean. And then that's when he finally let the business run without him. But it's crazy how, we get in these situations and it's like, that's when you finally can see and let it actually run for yourself. And so I guess for the viewers, I'm pointing that out to say, don't let yourself get in a situation where it takes that much for you to finally get out of the field and just trust people to do, you know what I mean?
It's all about trust. People always say, work on your business, not in your business, but they don't tell you what that looks like. Well, I know what it looks like. It's just trust.
Yes,
it's one word. It's trust. You just gotta trust people.
Yep.
Yeah, and at the beginning, I trusted people, but I had my eye was right there, and until I felt comfortable, because I don't want people to lose accounts I work hard to get.
Right. Yeah, I understand that. Now, you said something about okay, you switch everybody from those checks to the online payments. Like, how was that conversation? How do you go to a business and say, you know what, we ain't taking checks no more. You got to pay us this way.
Actually, I sent out letters to all of my clients, and actually they was happy to jump on that. Good. Because I think the check process, just like when I print checks, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And hassle. So if you could pay online, if I could pay people online, I would be happy.
Absolutely. Okay.
And actually, I'm getting ready to set that up.
Right. Right. Okay. Now I know I seen you post a while ago, a few months back, about your commercial building that you closed on. So congrats on that. You got a 10,000 square foot building. So congrats on
that. And let me tell you, that building was not in my plan.
Okay.
It was not in my vision. It was not in my thought. It was nothing. I'm gonna tell you, God blessed me with that building, and now I'm waiting to see what He want me to do with it.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you how I got that building. My girlfriend called me one day. She said, Karen, guess what I had a dream about? I said, what you have a dream about? She said, I had a dream that you purchased your building. I said, yeah, girl, that was a dream. And it wasn't even up for sale. Now, mind you, we just coming out of COVID. I haven't seen the owners in 2 years. They haven't been to the building. So during COVID, the owner's mother passed. So I told the owner, when she get ready to clean out her mom's office, let me know, I'll help her. Well, I go to the office a week later after my girlfriend told me about that dream. I go to the office and the owner's there. And then she's cleaning out her mom's office. And I said, oh, you're cleaning out your mom's office? How come you didn't call me? She said, well, I'm not cleaning it for that. She said, I'm getting it ready for a walkthrough because I'm selling the building. Now, when she said that, I didn't think nothing about that dream because I've been in that building for 7 years. So I'm thinking, oh, shoot, I got to get an office space. So I called this organization. They had office spaces. And the day that I was supposed to see it, they rescheduled. So I go back to my office and the owner's there again. So I said, oh, I had an appointment to see an office space. I said, but they rescheduled. She said, you don't have to get no office space. She said, I listed it as it has tenants. Well, there's this organization across the street from my building. I'm going to go over there because they've been doing a lot of stuff in the community. So here with my brainy idea, I'm going to go over there and see if they want to buy the building. I go over there and they say, why don't you buy the building? I said, I can't buy that building. So the director said, Karen, there's organizations out here that'll help you buy that building. He said, go over there and ask her how much she'll sell it to you for. Well, she had it listed for $300,000. She said she'd sell it to me for $250,000. So my very first call I made, I called this organization, tell them about the building. They said, oh yeah, we'll help you get the building. How much they want for the building? I said $250,000. He said, oh yeah, that's our cap. We'll help you get the building and we'll hold the note. I went to Ricky and them's conference in DC, and I went to a government conference in DC. They were in the same week. I'm in DC and found out I got approved for the building. I didn't know if that was a blessing or a curse. I was like, oh shit, what am I supposed to do with this building? So I'm still like, God's been blessing my cleaning business to the place where it pays the mortgage. Yeah. So I'm just waiting to see what God want me to do with the building because He know I always help people. And so I know whatever it is, it's to help somebody. And no, it won't be for my cleaning company. We don't need that whole building. That's right. We don't need all that. Yeah, 6 bathrooms, 3 floors. We'll need all that. No, I need a couple offices. That's it.
Right. That's crazy. That is amazing. Congratulations again on that.
Yeah, that's my prayer is that an organization will come and take the whole floor.
Yeah.
That's my prayer.
That's what's up. So
10-year lease or something.
Right. So right now you pretty much got it listed just for lease out there.
Yeah, well, right now we're struggling. Reason why I haven't even been posting the building or anything is because now that it's mine, I'm finding out all the problems. Like, you know, like now it's winter time. We struggling with the heat. Like it's separated on different floors and stuff. So yesterday we found a source to heat the first floor. So today I'll go there and see if it worked because it just needs a lot of mechanical stuff. But far as appearance, it just needs painted, new flooring, just ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so much potential there. I got all type of ideas just running through my mind.
And in the first floor is a storefront. It has a storefront, a storefront, and then an office, and then in the back is the offices, conference room, kitchen, and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up though. Congratulations again on that. So at this point now, you basically about $500,000 in revenue with your company. How are you able to manage your time at this point? Like, what's your typical work day looking like?
I'm gonna tell you what, AJ. I'm really moving into 2024, I really don't believe I could go any further until I build a front office foundation. Like I need a core office team. I can't. I went this far with just me. I can't go no further by myself. I have to build an office team, and that's my goal for 2024. I'm not struggling with cleaners. I get cleaners all the time. I need office help.
I can understand that. Okay, now do you remember how you got your first customer? And then if so, is that the same way you get customers today?
I'm gonna tell you what. How I got my first customer was a referral, and
Okay.
yes, that's how I still get them today. But only the client changed. It's Google that gives me all of my referrals.
Right. So Google referral.
I'm
That's
gonna
what's
tell
up.
you what. I'm gonna tell you what. That Google is like my best friend
Yeah.
because every single client that I've gotten in this year this year has came from Google.
Yeah.
And I mean the kind of clients that I want without even going after it. I'm not going after I follow these mentors. They call it guerrilla accounts. I ain't
Okay.
chasing guerrilla accounts because I ain't got the foundation.
Yeah.
I don't want to set myself up because a guerrilla account is a to me is an account where you got to have people there for 8 hours.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I
Day
mean?
porter
And,
account, pretty much.
yeah, and you got to have capital
Yeah.
to have an account like that.
Yeah.
So I'm really learning what type of clients I need to go for as I grow. To not try to go straight to the top. You gotta work your way and build your team and your foundation and stuff before you can go after those large accounts.
Yeah, no, that's very important. I get so many brand new people keep asking AJ, well, how I get these big contracts? I want the big, and I'm like, you don't always want to go after
You
that.
will fail. You
Yep,
will
yep.
fail,
Because
or
imagine
you'll get hurt because their team be beating you up because you ain't paid them.
that's right. Because what if the count don't pay? Those big contracts they might not pay for 90 days, and then you
Yeah.
got to pay your people. You ain't got the money.
And another thing I started doing is I wrote a letter to all the clients, but new accounts, I put it in my proposal that they need to pay me for the first month in advance
Yeah,
so it could cover labor.
right.
And I haven't had no problem with nobody doing that. I
Yeah,
was scared at first, but they do it. And
yeah.
it helps me not be late on payroll.
Yep, I'm telling you, so many people in this industry are starting to change that and ask for payment up front, and I'm loving it. It's like a matter of fact, shout out to DJ the Balls. He really he's spearheading a lot of that. I know Ricky. He told me he get paid every 2 weeks, so that was good too. But I love the fact that people are getting away from that whole
Yeah,
net
because
30 and stuff. Yeah,
your business will suffer. You have to pay the people. They can't wait 30 days. They got families to feed. You got to try to pay them in a reasonable time. Even
exactly.
if they contractors. Contractors
Right.
got bills too.
Exactly. And then I got one more before we jump into this lightning round, and I'm gonna have some more questions for you after that. And the question I want to ask you is: so, what would you say has been the hardest part for you with building your company?
Managing my finances.
Okay, okay, that's
That
huge
that's
right there.
been that's been the hardest because now that those predatory loans are gone, now
Mm-hmm.
I got to catch up on my sales taxes.
See,
Yeah.
talk about it. Talk about it
Yeah,
now.
those
See,
sales taxes going my license is going to be revoked if I
yeah,
don't pay these sales taxes.
right.
And it's funny because it ain't funny. Let me say this. You get an accountant,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if your state has sales taxes and they sign you up for it, ask them what you're supposed to do with the money.
Right,
Like I thought when he set me up for sales taxes, I thought, oh shoot, I'm leaving money on the table. I'm thinking that's my money.
right,
It wasn't until 2 years later I got a new
right.
accountant and he looked through all my stuff and I had all them back sales taxes from him just not telling me what to do with the money.
Right.
And then when I found out what to do with the money, I couldn't pull the money because the loan people was taking the money.
See?
It is critical that you pay attention to your finances in this business, not be looking at, oh, shoot, I could go buy me this or I could go buy me that. You got to pay that IRS.
That's right. And it's funny you say that too. I remember when I first started my cleaning company way back in the day, and I would used to just put tax for it, thinking it's like a tip. I'm thinking that.
Yeah,
and then I got older,
that's what I'm saying. You think you left money on the table, and you're like, oh, shoot, I got more money, but nobody didn't tell me what to do with it.
Right. You're not a government entity. You can't tax nobody. Like, you collecting that on behalf of the government.
Yes, but that needs to make that clear because you need to know that.
Yep.
And my account didn't tell me that. He just said, you know, you're supposed to be charging sales taxes. Oh, I seen the franchise did it, but I didn't just do it because I didn't know what that was. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And he was like, you supposed to charge sales tax. Okay, so he signed me up. I start charging sales tax, but he didn't tell me what to do with the money.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's a huge. I'm glad you said that. A lot of people don't mention stuff like that, and that's why it's important to have mentors.
I have to tell the struggles because everybody here see the glam and the glitz, but how did you get there? There's a struggle to get there.
Yeah.
Everybody see the success, but they don't know about the struggle. The struggle is real. You know, like I had a contractor call me last week or two and say, oh, I don't know about doing this cleaning business stuff. I made more money when I was working my job. I told you it's not easy.
Right.
And it takes time. And then I feel like the benefit of the franchise or any type of franchise model, the benefit of it is you get to learn clients. Right. You get to learn their pet peeves. You get to learn just how to deal with them. People think cleaning is so easy. Oh, I just go in the building, clean. No.
Right.
This is more than that because you need to build a relationship with the client, whether it's your account or not, but because they see you every day. So you need to build a relationship, you know, just so that if there is a problem, they could, like when I was a franchisee, I made sure I built relationships with my clients. So if they had an issue, they didn't call the franchise, they'd call me.
Right.
And so from there, I always want the client to call me directly versus going over to somebody else to tell them what I'm doing.
Right.
No, I want to build I don't care. I got some jobs that I'm the subcontractor, but I make sure the client talks to me.
Right.
So I can fix the problem before it goes to the prime. No.
Yeah, now that's huge right there because building those relationships with the customers is key. That'll save you from losing contracts more than actually cleaning will.
Because you talk to them more than I do because you're there every clean.
Yep.
And plus, I would rather know if I'm missing something before it has to go through a whole chain to get to me.
Right. Yeah, no, that's big right there. I love that. Now, right now, what we're going to do is we're going to switch gears a little bit and we're going to jump into the lightning round. So the way it works is I say a word or a phrase and you just tell me the first thing that comes to mind. All right, so you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. The first word is entrepreneurship.
Love it.
Okay. The cleaning industry.
Love it.
Okay.
I love it. I mean, the cleaning industry saves lives.
Yeah.
You know, we save lives. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Social media.
I don't know. I never really, I don't get much clients from social media. They're not my clients. Though a lot of social media is projects.
Right. Okay.
And I'm looking for reoccurring, not projects. And then them projects be small. I don't know.
Okay. The next one, business conferences.
Love them. I go
Okay.
to as many as I can afford to go to.
Right.
Because there's certain people. Now, I don't just go to any conference.
Right.
It depends on the guest. If I want to meet certain people, like, I need to be in that room. You know what I mean? So that's how I base it off. I already know what my goal is when I go there.
Yeah. Now that's genius right there, because you don't just go to conferences just to be there. You got to have strategy on your way there.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do, because it ain't free to go to them conferences and you just want to go hang out, go on vacation. So
right.
I go specifically for who I'm gonna meet. I already got my ticket for your conference. I don't even know I'm gonna get there yet, or the hotel, but I brought the ticket to make me go.
That's right.
I have to do that to myself, because if I buy the ticket and then I worry about how I get there later, especially if I buy the ticket early.
No, literally, that's how I do everything. Like, even with the conference, for example, I picked that location. I ain't even see the building yet in person. Eventually, I went and visited, but you got to do stuff in business sometimes. Because if you don't take no risk, it ain't gonna happen for you. You got to just do stuff. Yep.
And I think I'm too much of a risk taker.
You see where it got you, though. You came a long way.
I did. Pushed hard.
Yep. All right. Well, next one is which platform do you spend? Which social media platform do you spend the most time on, like, as a consumer?
YouTube.
That's a good one. Me too. I play YouTube all day long.
You know what's funny though about YouTube? Only time I ever used to go on YouTube was to learn how to use a piece of equipment.
Okay.
I could have been so much further had I knew or just was interested in YouTube.
Right. Speaking of YouTube, do you have a YouTube channel, don't you?
I do. I'm trying to see. That comes from me not having no help. Can't even post stuff and do anything because I need to build a team first.
Right. Yeah, I understand that. Now,
my next question. And I was gonna say, I got cleaners. We could keep moving, but I need an office team.
Yeah, the admin stuff. Yeah. All right, now let's see. Would you rather have $1 million cash or $15,000 per month in passive income?
I would like to have the $15,000 a month passive income.
Okay. Would you rather have? Actually, what's the key to success?
Work hard. Discipline, sacrifices. Yeah. It's a lot of those.
Right. Okay. Now, what would you say is your favorite hobby when you got some downtime?
Music.
Okay.
I love music. It actually, that's my motivator. Like when right now I'm working on a project, me and another contractor. It's a 1,492,000 square feet.
Wow.
It's a hospital.
Okay.
So we're working on that bid. Today's the deadline, so we got to get it in today. But yeah, just trying to keep it moving.
Yeah, good luck on that one too. Hopefully you close the deal on that.
It would change our life for the beginning of 2025. We would be set.
Absolutely. For 2025. Fact. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm already working on 2025.
Right? Okay. Now, what's your favorite YouTube channel to watch other than mine?
Who I watch? You got Eric coming. I watch him. Sometimes I watch Marquell. But I watch a lot of lately. I've been watching these Chinese people clean. Oh my God. Them people clean so good. That's the results that I want from my team. Because that's how I clean. It's amazing. And it motivates me to just focus on my business. So sometimes I gotta watch cleaning videos, not necessarily tutorials, but just watching them. And it just gets me fired up, especially since I'm ready to build a office team. I want stuff like that. I've been saving them so I can let them see stuff like that. That's the results I want.
Right. Okay. What would you say is your best decision you made in business so far?
Was the watch the energy around me.
Mmm, that's big. I
That
like
was
that.
big. I learned
That's
that,
big.
and that was big for me
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I started seeing how the energy of people, how I start paying attention. My awareness got so picked up that my spirit lets me know that nope, that ain't the person, like their energy
yeah,
itself. So since I stopped doing that, having that low energy around me, like peace is peaceful, even when it's stressful, it's peaceful.
yeah.
Don't got that little petty stuff coming from people. It's
That's so
great.
big right there. That is so big. I love that one. What would you say is your? I know you said you love music. What's your favorite genre of music?
Jazz and gospel.
That's
Lately,
right.
it's been gospel because I've been needing all the encouragement I could get.
Right. And I remember you did tell me that on the last interview we did. So with that said, let me get your top five artists, music artists.
Well, lately it's been Pastor Mike Jr.,
Okay.
Bizzle,
Okay.
who I've been listening to, even Rod Wave.
Oh
I've been
what?
listening to him.
Okay.
Cause I took my son to his concert, and
Yeah.
I pretty much like the music that my son likes,
Yeah.
like, cause I like the beats. So
Hmm.
I've been listening to him. He pops up in my shuffle. Let me
Yeah.
see. Who else I've been listening to? Them was my three tops I've been listening to. So I listen
Okay.
to music that speaks to me.
Yeah.
Like I can play a song, and if it really speaks to me, it tells me where I'm at spiritually.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh shoot, just based off the song, the way it resonates, and then that kind of is an indicator of where I'm at.
Yeah. And it's funny as you say that too, just like you said about the energy that's around you. Even the music, it has that you got to be careful about the type of music you taking in
Yeah,
because if it's negative, you're gonna attract that type of negative energy to you.
yeah.
So that's
You'll
all
be
around
you'll
the
be
same.
tilting the wheel.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
Mr. Aaron. So thank you so much. That's the end of the lightning round. And so I got a few more questions for you, and then we'll wrap it up. So my next
Okay.
question is, I know that you have a bidding course. That's is it out now or is it coming? Let's talk about that.
Actually, I created a bidding course, but it was for in
Okay.
person.
Okay.
So I'm kind of having a hard time making it online, or
Hmm.
not a hard time. I just haven't found the person who can like transition it for me. But
Yeah.
it'll help them because what I know in my city is there's a lot of cleaning companies and none of them don't know how to bid. So
Right.
that's what made me come up with that for them. And it was a lot of research, a lot of notes, a lot of my experiences
Hmm.
to come up with that course.
Yeah. You know what I would say too? If you when you do hold the first in-person one, if you can either get a good a decent camera or even in your phone and just and set it on a tripod and just record yourself live at that. And honestly, you can put that in your course just to start it and sell that. And then
Oh,
as you get feedback, you can just kind of make tweaks and add stuff to it. But I would
now
start just
the
doing it that way.
Now, the only dilemma I had about having an in person is nobody could afford to pay for it. So, what I'm trying to do now is go to these different organizations and see if they'll
Hmm.
sponsor it so that people can
Yeah.
get in it for free.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna try to I strategize with you on that too for sure, and especially obviously if when we get to the conference, you definitely can pick my brain about it more. But even let's try to carve out some time and try to figure out a way where we can figure out how to launch that for you and get some people who actually can afford it because they out there.
And the information, I really, because bidding is hard, and
Yeah.
and and you have to have different type of ways to come up with your numbers, and so I put that together so that
Yeah.
people can, because you have to have a base, and then you play with the numbers.
Right.
Nothing's
Right.
going to give you the accurate bid. you
Right.
know because sometimes I put the numbers in my program, and it says I'm negative before I even start. I'm
Right.
saying, oh shoot, that's not that I'm definitely not doing it negatively. So you have to play with the
Right.
numbers.
Right.
Yeah. And it's basically
Yeah.
based off your
Okay.
experience.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I
Yeah.
like I always tell people, it's your company. So it's like at the end
Yeah.
of the day, you charge really what you want to charge, but you got to base it on something like you're saying. So, okay.
Yeah, you gotta have
Now,
a
what would you say
base.
is your right? What would you say is your long-term goal for your company?
My long-term goal is first, I can't do nothing until I build a team, front end
Yeah.
office team. That's the goal.
Okay.
And there's no plans until that happens because nothing can
Right.
happen until I do that, because I'll burn myself out if I keep trying to do stuff. And then not only that, I'm gonna lose accounts because I can't keep up with taking care of them, making sure they're okay. I got over 30 accounts. I need some help. I can't check all them accounts and grow
Right.
too, and then do payroll, do all the stuff. Like a normal day for me, and it's surprising that today I don't have one. But I do like about 5-6 walkthroughs a week.
Wow.
Sometimes 2-3 a day.
That is a lot. And you getting all of that from Google?
I'm getting all that from Google. Now I'm not now mind you, these accounts are so much better that my contact person is not the decision maker. So
Okay.
these opportunities are processes. So like I just got awarded 13 citizen banks.
Wow.
Yeah, all over the city. It's a package. Like different stuff come in and you bid on it. Some you get awarded, some you don't hear from them. I send out follow-up emails and stuff, but for the most part, the success rate out of those walkthroughs is probably out of 10, probably out of 8 I get awarded.
Okay. That's damn good. You say out of 10, you 8. So that's an 80% close rate. That's pretty damn good. Yeah.
It's actually been pretty good because see what I do when I go to a walkthrough, not only do I stay longer and get all my measurements and all that stuff, but I build that's the time I take to build the relationship with the client. Listen to the client, let them get to know me, know them while we're walking. And then I go, when we're done and them showing me and the conversations, then I go by myself and I rewalk it again. Right. But my initial time is to sell myself on the walkthrough, just like a job interview. I sell myself on the walkthrough, and then I worry about them numbers after we're done. Because I really ain't doing the right stuff while we're walking. So, and that's not even enough time because I don't want to hold them up while I'm getting measurements and all that. So we talk. And then when they're done, they let me go through the building myself. Yeah. So that's
I'm so glad you said that because somebody asked me recently, like, they was like, honestly, I can't take all the measurements and talk to the people and do all of this stuff when I go to the walkthrough.
No, you don't. You don't do it at the same time. You build the relationship first.
Yeah.
You build the trust. And then you could go and do the measurements. Now, if they take me in an area where it's locked and I can't get there on my own, then I'm going to get the measurements there.
Right.
They're going to just have to wait because I'm going to get the measurement. And a lot of times, clients are happy to see that you are that thorough to take measurements. Like for example, we just did a construction project and the project manager, he said, "Oh shoot, you got your notepad and your measure and stuff." He said the last guy came in here with a Cadillac. He ain't had no notes or nothing. And when he put in his bid, he was outrageous, the man said. Yeah. I said, yeah. So that's the first impression. Yeah. Having your notebook or your phone, however you take notes, and having your measure and stuff, that impresses the client because they see you're thorough. Yep. Not just going out your head with something. I take pictures, measurements, I do the whole thing. Because I do so many walkthroughs throughout the week or throughout the day that by the time I get to my desk, I don't really remember what that place looked like, so I gotta look in my pictures and stuff.
Right.
In my notes.
Right. Yeah. Especially with you, like you doing multiple walkthroughs too. Yeah, you ain't gonna remember all that.
Sometimes I do 3 a day. I gotta go one, then do the next. I gotta sit down with all that stuff. So I gotta have that stuff organized so I can bid it correctly.
Right. Okay. Now I got 2 more questions for you before we wrap it up. And my next one is this. If you had to start all over from zero right now, you still got the knowledge that you have, but you just don't have no money. You ain't got no nothing, man. You're trying to get back to the point that you are today. What would you do?
Well, you say no money, but I know I would have enough money to go buy my bucket, a broom, and a dustpan, and go out there and meet people. I would start with my family and friends first.
Yeah. Just
like you do, because if you just get, like, say, if you get a $250 account, that's something. And those accounts don't go nowhere. They stay seem like forever. So don't knock a small account because they don't go nowhere. As long as you don't mess up or they don't close, got a business, you'll never lose them.
And all right, now my last question I always ask people when we wrap these interviews up is this. If somebody's watching this interview right now and they scared to make that jump and start their business, what would you say to that person?
Do what I did. Remember back when Steve Harvey used to say jump? That was in 2011. I jumped and I have not looked back. So I would say it's not easy. I have to say that it's not easy. And if you're willing to put in the work, like you put in sweat equity for other people, put it in for yourself.
That's right.
Yeah, because you determine how much money you make. You ain't nobody got no caps on you, how much you can make or what you could do. You be your own boss. That ain't nothing better than being your own boss, even with the struggle.
I was just about to say, even with the struggle, because you keep it real and you tell everything about it, but at the same time, you still even say it's still the best thing.
You gotta push. Just like one time, what really made me go into the cleaning business full time was I was a care manager for a program. Mm-hmm. I'll go to work one day. I got 40 hours. I got medical expense. I got travel expense. Right. I go the next day. They don't got 40 hours for me no more. They got 20 hours, no more travel expense. And they couldn't pay my medical no more. Overnight.
That's
so yeah. So when you work for yourself, you control those things. And if something happens, it's because you let it happen. But when you work for somebody else, you go to work one day with benefits, go back the next day and don't got nothing.
Right. Yep. You control your destiny with this. So y'all make that jump, like Miss Karen said.
Yeah. And you gotta jump and you gotta build some tough skin because everything's not gonna go the way you want. And then you could easily lose a client as fast as you get it, you can lose it.
That's right. You heard it here, y'all. Y'all heard it here, Miss Karen Denton. How can we follow your journey, Miss Karen?
Well, I'm Karen Denton on LinkedIn. I'm Karen Denton on Facebook. I'm K Denton 97 on Instagram.
All right, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Miss Karen. And I look forward to seeing you at the Clean Business Network conference. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets so y'all can meet us both. Thank you so much, Miss Karen, for coming on.
Thanks, AJ, for the invite.
Are you looking to start your own cleaning company? Or maybe you started your cleaning company, but you just need a support group, some mentorship, some guidance. Hell, a bidding calculator just to help you know if you're pricing the job correctly. Join us at cleanbiznetwork.app. That's www.cleanbiznetwork.app today and get on the right track with your cleaning company. We have everything you could possibly need to get you going in the right direction and see why we've been the leading cleaning business consulting company for the past 5 years and why they call me, AJ Simmons, the cleaning business GOAT. So I can help you just like I've helped and my company has helped thousands of other people start and grow their cleaning companies. Go to the #1 source today, www.cleanbiznetwork.app. Thank you.